Hey y'all. So I had somebody ask me about setting up a character in 2D RPG Kit and kind of how I did it. And I'm always a cheater, so I always try to find the easiest way of doing things. So literally all I did is if you go into Assets 2D RPG Kit, and you have your prefabs, and then you have main, and then you just have a player. And all I did was do a Control D to duplicate it, and that is to that. And I just started filling in things. So basically, with this, you have your let's see, your sprite renderer. So I switched that to one of my own character, and then when you go down to animator, you got the player animator, and I just did a Control D on that and created a new animator for Daiwin. And then I got the Daiwin animator here. And then from there, and I also did take the character and put the character in the scene, just because to get the, let's see, hold on a second. Yeah, for me to do it correctly the way I wanted to, I needed to bring the character into the scene. So I did that, and what else did I? So I have the character prefab here. And from there, if I go to animation, I can then see all the different animations. So I could see there's idle left, idle down, walk down. And then to get those, I just went to under project, let's see, and then I just put them in images. Where was that at? Oh yeah, it was under sprites. Where I put it. Now I gotta remember how I did this. Oh, it was under animate. Yeah, I took a nap and now I'm waking up and I can't exactly remember 100% where I did this. Wasn't it? Oh, yep. So under sprites and characters, and you can put it kind of wherever you want. And I have my different sprite sets. I got my left or down, left, right, and up. And if you don't know how to do this, if you go on the sprite, if you go over here to sprite mode, hit multiple, sprite editor, and then you can slice automatic by grow count, and then an 8 column, 1 row. And I can kind of go over some of that stuff later with you guys. Hold on a second. I gotta grab something here real quick. Yeah, so hey, I just play around with that. Anytime you get into one of these assets and you're not sure exactly how you want to create your own characters, look to see if you can find the prefabs for the characters. That's another reason why RPG Maker Unite is driving me nuts because there's no prefabs to characters. You can't open a prefab for a character and then be able to reverse engineer it and kind of figure it out. But with this, you can very easily do that. You can just go to it, and then it's once again it's the let's see, main under prefabs, and you can just look in there and you can see what makes up this character. And kind of go there. Let's see. I need to find. I realize I don't have my laptop set up to be able to look at the comments if anybody even gets on. And I want to be able to do that. In case if anybody is actually putting comments in right now, I want to be able to answer them. apologize. I should have taken myself a second to get set up before I hit play on this or stream. Once again, I kind of woke up from a nap and I'm kind of a little bit out of it right now, but I think I'll be okay. All right, I got chat open if anybody gets in there. All right, so the things that make up the character, we have a sprite renderer, which honestly that's going to change the uh, moment that you hit play. You're going to go into whatever animation that they're in. It's got a circle collider 2D. Oh, we're not trying to go in there. We're trying to go into okay. So we've got our character circle collider 2D. This is where it's going to collide with stuff. So you can kind of adjust that wherever you want, make it up higher, make it bigger, make it smaller. It really depends on, how tight of corridors you're going to have them walking on. It's got a rigid body 2D, which means it's going to. This is cool because you can set up a item, and put a rigid body 2D on it and allow this character to push it, which is kind of cool. So rigid body 2Ds are pretty awesome to have in there. It's got an animator, which means that we can go in and we can look at the animator and see what the heck is part of it. And you could see with the blend tree, you have idle down, left, right, up, and you have the player movement, right, up, left, down. And the cool thing is we can very easily go in and we can do our own little coding, or even just really manipulating the asset to create a jump, to create other things on the map that we want the player to be able to do. So there's that. And within my animation, I do. What did I do? All right, so within my animation, one thing that we look at here and see. So I think did I redo just the actual animations on? There. Add tab animation. So my idle animations, I just basically made with one animation because I don't have a idle animation right now. But otherwise, the other option was to put the down walk animation, just have them walk in place, which I didn't really want to do. Yeah, but yeah, just creating a new character is pretty easy. Let's see, what else do we have for this? Animator and player controller, which is going to be the key thing. That's going to be the one thing that's the that the 2D RPG kit is going to contribute the most in this. All these ones are just Unity, regular Unity components, but this is the one that's 2D RPG kits. But yeah, let's do this and hit play, and then kind of see. If we move, it's gonna change. Oh, we're gonna get up. Let's see, we're in here, and if we go to do not destroy, and there we go. Leave. it's going to change the sprite renderer. And then it's under player controller, it's changing these things. Cool thing is we can change the movement, change the speed to this. Down if we want. Four seems about right, to be honest with you. Yeah, I'm cool with that. One thing I don't like, and I'm gonna have to see if there's just a easy switch or whatever on that. Really like to just be able to use the point and click on this, which right now it doesn't look like it's set up that way, but I will kind of check it out here in a bit. Let's get rid of that. Okay, so while I'm in here, one thing I'm gonna do is let's get back in here so I can kind of show you what isn't working that I want to. Is right now I have the collider set up at the very top of this table. What I want to do is be able to walk behind a table just a little bit and add some depth to it. The way I'm going to do that is I'm going to go into, what was it, objects? I have this edit room here. That's what it was. So I have this. What I want to do is I want to take this sprite and change it just a little bit. Let's see, where did I have that? So I have these sprites set up like this, but what I want to do is I'm going to hit sprite editor in this one. Take it like that, have that be a sprite, and we're also going to that be a sprite. See if I did that right. This. See, so okay, so I see. So I got this as a sprite, and then that as a sprite. So if I go here, I should have this and this. So if you notice now, all of a sudden that table's cut off. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull this in here, change this to background 1, because this background, if we look at this floor area, that's on background order layer 1. So let's actually put this to 2. Okay, and then well, actually, you know what? No, we don't even want to do that. We want that to be on foreground. And then that way it's, I believe that's going to be able to make her go behind it. And then the next thing we want to do is, you notice the lights aren't hitting it. So we want to take these different lights also affect the foreground. Let's see. Okay. Let's see if I did this right already. That's interesting. Ah, okay. So there we have a little bit of an issue. Let's see. What is my interesting? So what is my best option there? My best. You know what? Okay, let's try this. I think problem is okay. If we put this on the player level, and then row. Let's see what happens. Let's. Because what I want is if the character is down here, that it's going to be in front of that, and if it's up. Okay, so right now the character is going to walk over the top of that. Let's see what layer the character's on. Player level, order level 1. So, okay, let's take. Interesting. Sure. I'm gonna have to figure out a way of making that happen. I think, honestly, this is what I think as of right now I need to do. The problem I have is that when she's walking up this far, her head, I think maybe I need to change the colliders so that her head can't get above that. Let's take that. We'll keep that there. We're gonna put that foreground. That'll be fine. But what we want to do is we want to change the collider. This her from getting too go. I got a polygon collider on this. And I'm gonna have to find a solution to this. There's got to be a solution that I'm not seeing on. Oh, thank you for letting me know on that. I'll change my audio up a little bit. Oh. Okay, so hopefully that works a little bit better. All right. So let's see. Let's see what happens here now. So now looks like she's behind it when she's there. It is still getting up just a little bit too high, so it's disappearing on that. Actually, I think my audio problem is I just need to speak more clearly. I'm kind of whispering, I think, in spots. So, this might be the part that I struggle with. I might have to do a little bit of actual research to see what my best solution on this. Because so far, it's not quite working the way I want it. Because I want to be able to add it so it looks a little bit like there's some kind of 3D-ness going on so that the character can get behind there. But at the same time, when she's down here, I don't want her head going under this part of it. Let's see here. Let's go back in here. They overlapping a little bit. Let's go up a little bit higher. Let's about there. Take this one. All right. Now let's try this. Like her feet are kind of a little bit. Oh, you know what? Part of the problem. So if you look at here, so if we look at where she is with when she's looking up, her feet are quite a bit above that line, whereas if she's left and right, they're kind of down here. So I think that's part of the problem is I just need to adjust those and bring her feet down a little bit in those ones. Sprites. Oh, characters. Let's try this. Let's go. Can I? I don't know if this is going to mess things up or not. We're going to try it. Oh, and then we need to do the looking up. All right, let's see what this does. Now our feet are kind of going through there just a little bit. Hmm. So I think I need to go through each of them and make sure that see, this is I'm gonna have to do a little research and see why. Because if we look at depending on where we go, it's causing it this to look kind of funny there. I think I might just need to let's try to make adjustments in the left and the right too. Just tighten up the sprite editor. Might have to adjust the collider just a little bit. Finally, are facing right. Because if the collider is going to be in the same spot every time, but the sprite is different, so like on the y coordinate, then it's gonna cause some inconsistencies with how the colliders and the sprites interact with the environment, like all the other colliders, if that makes sense. All right, let's see if this does anything. Interesting. Interesting. Let's go back to our prefab. Circle collider, and let's see what this does. Now, a lot of these are just going to be me messing with sliders. Okay, so if you look on the right, everything looks fine there, but on the left, he's way up higher. All right, let's see here. Let's go back to these. I will eventually remember where I have all this stuff at. Right. Everything looks fine there. Hmm. Hmm. I might have to do a lot more experimenting with this, I think. To try to get these colliders and stuff down. It felt like it was gonna be a lot easier than this. Um Wonder. Try this. I don't think that's gonna do much, but I have no clue what that difference is gonna be. Okay, so we need. Okay, this is what we're gonna figure out. So Daiwin right 8. So we have Daiwin left 8, which is gonna be this one. Has her way up here. So if we go to scene view, hmm. Okay, so the changing of the I kind of see what I've done. So I need to make sure that each of these is the same size. Multiple shapes. So I need to make sure that each of these is the same size. So, let's see here. So what size are we gonna make? Like that? How do I? Okay, so we're looking at. I need to make sure that each of these is the same shape. By cell size. Okay, so I think let's show an explorer. I think I need to go back into image editing and make some adjustments on this, make it work. Can I get it so that I can just move just the selected part? I have to be Control X, B. Oops. E. Okay, so I'm not gonna do this part while I'm streaming or whatever. But so I'll kind of figure that out later. Um, but I'll just kind of go through the lights and what I've kind of done here. Maybe manipulate them just a little bit more to kind of give you an idea on that. So I've got a right now. I got this light set up as just a spotlight. I'm gonna delete that, and I'm going to create and I'll do it under that right here. We're gonna create a light, freeform light, and let's see, freeform square. We are going to have it affect player. I'm going to edit shape. The key thing is we want it to so I don't want it to affect right. It's going to come and that candle is going to be behind there, so it's not going to catch this corner. So we're going to go that way. Here. Give it this yellow on it. Not have to go that. Or let's see here. We'll do the 0.3. Let's try that out and kind of hit play on it. See what happens here. That kind of like that. It's giving a little bit of that wall. You can tell that there's a corner in here. And the light's not quite making it around that. One thing I can do, I think, do I have a global? I have a global light. Do yeah, that's going to give us a little bit of that stuff. Shadows. That means I can. Ah, gosh, what do I want to do with that? Do I want to? I'm going to turn it off and see what happens. Kind of okay with that. Let's do one thing though. Let's how many lights I can have on this in a scene. Let's get another light. This one will once again this one. So the let's see. I don't hate that. Let's walk around in this and see. You know, this is gonna be like up to like artistic like liberty a little bit. And kind of what you want to portray with the exactly what is the light doing. Maybe not look perfect since it's yeah, I definitely don't like the way that's working. Yep, I gotta for sure fix that on the animation. Let's see. Let's go back to the global light. Global light. And then maybe take the light one. Doing that's kind of creating some kind of interesting stuff with the lighting, I think. I gotta add some colliders with that table. I don't even think I don't think I have enough room for them to go behind that. So I wonder if we have objects. So we have an object right here. I'm just gonna put one on the map. So my question is, how will the player interact with this? So she's on top of it. Whether she's above it or below it. That's one of the things I think I've seen so far that maybe the RPG Maker has an advantage on this is that if you place an object, then when you and I don't know if I'm going to try to figure this. But I don't believe I know how to do fence yet in this. And that's something I'm going to have to learn how to do eventually on my own, I think. Go in here. In scene. We have event 1. I'm curious as does what all does this have? Like to sub. Okay, so it's gonna bring that character in there. All right. Okay, so honestly, this is just something I'm gonna have to learn how to do events in this because I have no clue as of this moment, and I'm not gonna learn right now. But I still think that's pretty cool. I think the lighting in this is such an advantage over RPG Maker. Um, Unite, it's not even funny, and really, all Maker Unite had to do was to make the asset like everybody else makes their assets, create prefabs, allow you to manipulate the material so you can use it in URP, and then you could have some beautiful maps in that. Right now, this is pretty much what we got. Everybody have a great day. I'm gonna try to. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm not. I don't think I'm gonna completely give up on RPG Maker Unite. But I'm kind of enjoying. I really like the options that this looks like it has. And I think we could do a lot with 2D RPG kit. All right, peace out.